Hi, Linda Sessions here, and it is week 6 in business communications, and that means it is time to introduce you to your paper that you need to write. And it's not a big paper, so breathe. Take a minute and breathe. So don't worry about that. Say hello to my dogs while you're at it. So let's jump into Canvas and look at what's going on here in week 6 in business communications. So you've got your discussion board here, and make sure you post to this early in the week so that your classmates have a chance to answer. Remember, in order to receive full credit, you need to post and then reply to somebody. And this is on artificial intelligence, which has really been hitting my life really big this last couple of weeks. I've had a lot of webinars focused on artificial intelligence. It's transforming the business landscape, influencing operations, decision-making, and customer interactions. So let's delve into the implications, benefits, and challenges associated with the use of AI in the business world. I want you to look at 2 of these options of the following prompts. And please, do not use AI. I know a lot of you have been using AI. Now, I haven't been counting you off on it. I do know that some of you are using it. I can tell. Please don't. Use it on words. Use it if you want to get an idea, a starting point, a diving board, launch to where you can get some ideas, but don't just copy and paste from the AI, please. But how do you think AI has improved the operational efficiency in business? Has it streamlined operations in some businesses? What about customer interaction, both positive or negative? I don't know, how do you guys like it when you call and it's just all automated, or you get a phone call and it's automated, but you can't hardly tell anymore, can you? What about challenges of AI implementation in a business? And what about impacts on jobs and skills? Does it impact? So those are some questions in the discussion board this week. So let's come back here. You can see there's also already a couple of people who've applied to that prompt. So let's see. Here is a question: why does managing and visualizing data matter to me? And a lot of companies use AI to manage their data and to help them do reports and analyze their data. Just saying. Chapter 9 is all about managing and visualizing data. There's flashcards to help you understand the key terms. As always, look over these flashcards, come into the chapter, review what you're seeing here. This week, you only have the Learn It quiz for 15 points and the Apply It quiz for 32 points. Where do you get the information to answer these quizzes? Right here in the chapter. So please go into the chapter. Then you have Chapter 10, Writing Reports, some tips on how would you write a report for a business. It's different than writing a report for school. How would you cite your information? Do you need to cite your information when you're doing a business report? Can you just pull information out of the air and tell your boss, this is it? Or do you need to make sure that you cite the information? We're all in here in the Writing Business Reports. Again, there's flashcards, the Learn It quiz, and the Apply It quiz. Now, I'm not going to go into detail into the Chapter 9 and Chapter 10. Y'all can do that because I want to take a few minutes and talk about this communication retail paper. It is worth 100 points. It is due on May 10th, so you've got a couple of weeks to do it. But what I want you to do is analyze some emails. Now, this is a fairly simple report, and therefore some students get a little overwhelmed with it because it is simple. But I want you to analyze. Here's an email, example 1, and an email, example 2. For your first paper, I want to know what type of a report is it? Is it a proper or is it an improper email? What makes a proper email? And what makes an improper email? And why is example 1 a proper email or improper email? And why is example 2 a proper email or improper email? So you're going to do a quick report on analyzing these consumer emails. 3-4 paragraph essay, right? I want to know from you, in your own words, not AI generated information, is in your textbook, what makes and constitutes a proper and an improper email, and which of these is email example 1, why or why not, and example 2, why or why not, improper or proper. Okay? Is it efficient? Why? Is it effective or ineffective? Part 2 is I want you to write a response email. So here you're going to find whichever one is the proper email and you're going to respond to it. Your response should aim to restore your customers' faith in your company. So you're going to be writing an email back. Now, you don't have to send the email, but I want you to compose the email. I want you to create this email. So the first part of this assignment is writing the paper on proper and improper emails. The second part of this is actually writing an email. So you're going to have one paper, that's the report. This other one is going to be your email. What is it about? I want it to be professional. It needs to address the concerns raised in the email. You need to make sure you acknowledge the customer's issue in your email. Apologize for any inconvenience as a company. Or should you apologize? I don't know. Are you going to offer a solution? What would your solution be? You can be creative here. Maybe you want to reinforce your commitment to customer satisfaction. You want to make sure they come back to your company. You want to restore that customer's faith. Now, you need to have a subject for your email, because you never want to leave the subject line blank, right? So make sure that you let me know what your subject would be in your subject line, what your information in your email signature would be. And one thing that is very important, somewhere in your email, make sure that you let them know how to correspond back to you. That is one thing that a lot of students, they leave off. They don't tell the customer how to respond. Do you want them to reply by email? Do you want them to call you? And if so, what's the number? How do you want them to get back with you? Make sure that you get all that information here. So you're going to have your document with your analysis of the emails, and then you are going to then also have your email. So you could possibly have two documents. You might have one document with the first page being your report on proper and improper emails, and the second or third page being your email that you're going to be sending. So you can have one document or you can have two documents, however you want to set it up. I don't ask for any particular MLA, APA style formatting, but if you cite information from the textbook, of course, please cite it at the bottom of your paper. So the grading criteria is clarity and professionalism, correct identification of your email, and then quality and tone of your response, and then grammar, spelling, and formatting. So that's what I'm going to be looking at it. So that needs to be turned in by May 10th. Let me know if you have any questions this week. And have fun analyzing that email. So talk to you later.